Truth Serum Nation. We're back. Truth Serum Nation. Good morning. Good to see y'all again. We're going to try to put something together today, a hodgepodge. Join in. You know what? We're going to do a regular Sunday morning show and current events. We're going to get back to some mob stories and stuff like that. So get a coffee, hit that like button. I think they finally unfroze my channel and I'm able to get subscribers now. They censored me and froze me, but they got this new FCC director in there. And for some coincidence, I think I'm able to get a new subscriber. So we'll check that out. So that's that. Go get a coffee. We're back. Maybe I could start getting some subscribers again. It's been a year and a half, 2 years. They censored me, and Trump's back. There's a new FCC commissioner, and enough of that censorship. Enough of the censorship. If I say something on my show, people could agree with it, or they can't, or they won't. You either like me or not. You know, the traditional market forces. Not all these key words like you can't say the word dead. You got to say, well, then he was unalived, or he was deleted. What is this gibberish? What is this gibberish stuff? So, I ran around a mob club. I wasn't a made guy a million years ago, and you'd see people coming and going and stuff like that. There was also local politicians that used to come into the club. The club was a restaurant and a mob club, all in one. And I used to run errands around, bebop around, try to grab a couple dollars, hustle a little bit. And it was around the saddest Christmas story. This was what was in the title, sad, but it was Christmas time. And what's up, Silver Wealth? Guys used to come and go, and during Christmas time, some of these local people in government, they would come around the club. The boss, Sam, he would sit and they would talk. I don't know what they would talk about. And there was a guy, Charlie, we'll call him Charlie. Charlie got busted. And once somebody from the mob gets busted, of course, the mob, the boss and the crew, they think, well, he's going to rat. There's a chance he's going to rat. And it was just around maybe this time of year before Christmas. And they bring Charlie in, and it's always confusing because people work both sides of the fence for years. People do their mob duties while they're providing information to the FBI. So I could only try to figure it out and read it the best way I can, what the motivations were. So they grabbed this Charlie, and good looking, smart guy, very cerebral. And they bring him in, and all of a sudden he's got all these Mike and Wyatt, good morning, happy holidays. So next thing you know, they're bebopping with a lawyer, getting the whatever's going to happen, speculation and everything. And the government, the FBI, I believe, realized that he had a lot of juice on the corrupt government. He had a lot of juice on high players in the government. And so he had these charges, and all of a sudden there's no bail. There's no bail or something. He gets released before Christmas. And they're wondering, what the hell? So the government, the way I look at it, is like, oh, he's got a lot of information on the corrupt politicians, and let's just turn them loose on the street back to the mafia. And the mafia is going to look at it and go, wow, he's released. He's a rat. He's going to take so many people down. Ba, 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 ba. Next thing you know, this is like today, December 1st, early December. Next thing you know, maybe a week before Christmas, this guy had got out and he's missing. What a coincidence! What a coincidence! The guy's missing. And I remember this is why I said it was sad, because a lot of times you never saw their wives. Here and there, you'd see a wife or a kid, maybe a fish fry or something. But I was outside, and then this Charlie's wife comes with his little child, with her little child, and saying, like a 7-year-old boy, and it's like, he's like, we can't find my daddy, didn't come home. It's like, oh, geez, And I'm just like, well, I don't really know. I just run deliveries. You're a little errand boy here. I don't really know what's going on. So it's the government is just as ruthless and merciless as the mob. By Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they're worse than the mob. Chuck Schumer, New York State, worse than the mob. Nancy Pelosi, worse than the mob. They got a free pass. So I felt real bad and the guy was a nice guy, but I don't know if he's missing or they just said, get out of here, go into witness protection. You got to leave your family, split or whatever. I don't know. You never know for sure what the fine details are. You got Mike Francis, Sammy DeBogarano, and this and that, and they could try to pinpoint stuff, but there's still so many question marks because there's so many rats in the mafia, and there's so many corrupted government officials. So they release information out, and like Jeff Nadeau on that channel, and they Google it and they go, oh geez, that's the answer. I found, Google, they find all their information with the Google, and and then Jeff Nadeau, well, he does his show, whatever. But them kind of guys that were never around mobsters or anything, they're just keyboard guys. And they say, oh, well, I Googled it. And you're wrong, Joe, about this because I Googled it. Really? Like telling a guy that was around the mob that you're wrong because he Googled something, So information is so questionable. There were guys in the mob that were FBI informants for 20 years, 30 years. So you never know. But in the same breath, allegedly, the FBI will just, by their actions, know if a guy hits the streets, he's going to get whacked. That's part of the game. So they could be just as dirty. Well, this FBI administration we just had under Joe Biden, just look at that administration, how dirty they were on an up high level. They're all gone. The FBI, they got Cash Patel coming in. That guy, he's going to straighten the FBI out and get it back. What's up, Anderson? Good morning, all my good people. So, I mean, like Mike Francis and many people know that the government, the FBI, they're really just as dirty as the mob, sometimes dirtier. And you got this wife and the kid, and they're wondering where the husband and daddy is. And Sam came back out after that. He said, "Oh, what'd you say to that?" Well, I was like, "Well, I don't know what the hell's going on. The guy's missing or something. He was in there, then he got out. I don't know. I'm not privy. I'm not a maid guy. Even if you are maid, like Mike Francis was a captain. He wasn't a boss. There's information that just isn't shared. A mob boss doesn't have to tell a mob captain what his moves are. Sometimes a mob captain don't tell the mob boss what their moves are. Behind the scenes moves, like hits. Like, oh, it's got to be a sanctioned hit for this or that. There were so many unsanctioned hits going on around there, So when you look at these topics, there's no concrete boundary lines. And Sam was in the club, and there were politicians in there, and what they were doing also was during Christmas time, there's DAs and feds. I believe Sam the boss of a Colombo family, probably a captain, I'll say, high rank that ran Western New York. But when it was Christmas time, these government people would come around and try to get more money off of Sam, the boss captain. They're little cutie pies. They got their hand out. It's Christmas time, and they want a little more money so they could take their family to Hawaii and all that kind of stuff. And you'd see these rodents come in and out, and and I'd come in and say, "Who is that guy?" A guy in a suit, blah blah blah, and everything. And he was like, an old friend of mine. An old friend of mine, he'd say. And then I'd ask my buddy when we'd go gamble, I'd say, who is that guy? And this and that. And it's like some government guy. Whoa, some government guy. What's going on here? They got their hand out. That's all. I mean, when they have like in building like Niagara Falls and urban renewal and things like that, they were just getting bribed not to do any urban renewal. Look at Niagara Falls; it's a shit stain. It's just a ghetto, one ghetto. Niagara Falls got one of the best 7 wonders of the world. The American side is the best view of the falls. Where's their budget? The tourism. What all these backdoor envelopes? So they are so politically corrupt up there. They should have a surplus in their budget. And you go walk around, everything's all terrible houses. It's all run down. They're corrupted because they got political leaders that take bribes. And they don't care about their city. They don't care about urban renewal. They don't care about anything. So, yeah, this guy, Charlie, he used to come around. He'd be seen here and there. I never really got that close to him. I gave him a ride once or twice somewhere for, I don't know, these guys, they come and go. You can't keep track. I don't ask a lot of questions. You don't ask a lot of questions. It's just like, Tom said, yeah, you could give me a ride over here. And they were generous. Boom, boom, throw me a tip or something. But you just wonder, what happened? Was he ever found, or did he go into witness protection? But the government will let you loose to the wolves. They know that the mob is going to go after them. Like Henry Hill. Like Henry Hill. He was safer in jail than out on the street, So they're real cutie pies, and they want to throw them to the wolves because they got juice, and there's so many there's so much corruption with the DA's office could be corrupted, different FBI offices, and sometimes back then. These people in government were making $28,000 a year. back then, 32,000 a year. They know there's a multi-million-dollar gambling ring going on. I mean, they know that, that's common knowledge. So they lean on these captains and mob guys, and they got their hand out. They tell a guy that's going to go do life, they tell the lawyer, this and that, and they'll go, well, we can make it go away. What happened a lot of times in the mob, and when they get busted, is a lot of times it would say, or Sam or something, well, how much will it cost to make it go away? Well, what's that tell you? How much will it cost to make these charges go away? Because you got to pay a lot different people off. You got to pay them off. How much will it cost? 25,000, 50,000. A high-ranking guy over here has got could have 4 indictments or something, and they could have the indictments and stuff, and then when it goes to be presented, they say lack of evidence or unreliable witnesses, stuff like that. And then it goes away, and everybody gets their envelopes full of money. And you're a guy. Maybe a judge made 35,000 a year back then, 40 years ago. Sometimes this is like 2 years salary, tax free. So if you give a guy 50,000, that's almost like 75. Hey, NYC Crime Spot. Happy holidays to you, pal. Yes, I was on the ground. Don't start with that pomegranate. Right. God bless you and your family. So check out the NYC Crime Spot. He does his thing, rock and roll. He shows the landmarks, everything. He's got some good juice over there. Good to see you. Happy holidays. So a lot of times they got these people you could bribe, and all of a sudden you got that clip. They take money. Some of these guys were so brash. They would even, the mob club was a restaurant. So you could go in and have dinner and a fish fry and a nice casual dinner and eat. But it was a good spot for those government people to talk to Sam and somebody else, and they could talk some things out, like in a innocent spot, So they would come in, government. I wasn't privy to a lot, but I tell you one thing, you could rest assured, you could bet your bottom dollar, Sam, the captain, was having lunch with judges, FBI people, DA, and a lot of times they had their hand out. I mean, I want our government to be honorable, but they had their hand out. Like in Scarface, when that guy kept having, Tony Montana paying the guy off, paying him off. Then he gets to be a pain in the butt and everything. And then, they smashed him up. But yeah, what affected me was the kid, they have family and Christmas time, and I'm outside having a smoke, of course. And Sam, the boss, knows, because a lot of times they would say, oh, he met some whore, he met some lady, and they ran off. They would try to say, well, sorry, he was a cheater, he's a whoremaster, and they just run off with some stripper or something. So they'd run that onto the gangster's wife and just leave them, sad and depressed, even worse. And it's sad. And then the kid's going, well, my daddy hasn't come home. Did you know where he was? And then the mother is there, and it's like, oh gosh. She's like, well, call this number if you hear anything. I was like, I really don't know anything. I'm like a taxi service. I just could give a couple rides out here or there or whatever, mop the floor or whatever. I don't know what their the guts of all this is going on, but it don't look good. I don't want to say my guess. I don't want to say what my guess is. Well, look at Miss. They released him out, and they turned him loose to the streets, and he didn't probably get down the street. He didn't probably get down the street because they told the gangsters exactly the details of where he was gonna be. So the mob is paranoid, and the government is corrupt. So this guy don't have a chance. And that's just a lot of times these guys disappeared or they went to prison, and Sam would help the family out a little bit. He would help them out because I had said I had asked, well, are you set up for Christmas and things like that? Because a lot of these gangsters, they blew their money gambling. You would think these guys were saving money up for the doomsday. Either, honey, if I die, there's 80,000 over here. Honey, if I go to prison for life, there's 60,000 over here. You'd think these guys had some money stashed away in case, they go away. A lot of them didn't. They didn't. And Sam, he would throw them a few dollars. Go get a Christmas tree, go get some gifts for the kids and things like that. If Charlie don't come back or if Rick don't come back, here he had a heart. He knows it's sad that the guy, he ain't coming home. He's not coming home. He at least wanted them to have a good Christmas. So you might give them $3,000-$4,000 and say, go enjoy. Can you pay the rent? Or maybe he'd pay the rent for a while, but you're going to have to find another source of income because these guys ain't coming home. So during the holidays, it was tough. Michael K., NYC Crime Spot. The New Year's coming, football today. So, sometimes we got to be thankful a little bit. Sometimes we got to be thankful. We're alive, whatever you believe in. So that was the saddest mob story. There's a million sad mob stories, but they're big boys. They know what they're getting into. But what I noticed a lot that you get in an organization, IBM, you get into a mob, you get in. So you want to prosper in your career. Get some real estate. Get some financial portfolio. Some whatever. Structure yourself. They didn't do it. Maybe 2 out of 10, maybe 20% would have a backup plan if they got killed or they went to prison for a long time, because who's going to pay the bills? I know a situation. I believe the guy got whacked. I believe he got hit. And I remember the lady, she had a beautiful boy and girl, and she went back to school. I think he had a backup stash of money, and she went back to school and got a law degree. A mob wife went back and got a law degree, became a lawyer, and then a DA. Beautiful Italian lady, smart as a whip. It's ironic. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I want to tell crazy story. Wow, if I got anybody left in here, there was a guy. Well, they had everything bugged. I used to talk in codes. I used to speak in codes, and I would tell everybody when I use these terms, this is what I mean. So these guys are talking on the phone like it's freaking stupid and everything. And there's bugs everywhere, and phones are tapped, and they're putting microphones and lamps and uh, all kinds of stuff. And I gave this guy a ride a handful of times, and he would have a pen and paper. He'd have a pen and paper, and we'd get in the car, and he must have thought I was, well, just to be safe. He must have thought I was wired or my car could be bugged. Sometimes they could bug your stuff without you even knowing it, of course. And he would write stuff down. He'd write whatever down. He'd write stuff down. And then I would write something down, and he would go, or he'd shake his head or go, like that. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? And are we gonna go to the track, or are we gonna go here, or are we gonna go there? And then he'd just write down the racetrack. I was like, wow, this dude is slick. I kind of like that. I like that safetyness. I like that. But these guys didn't even want to. Well, they learned my codes. Because I'm nobody. I don't want to be caught up in stupid stuff that I'm not even profiting from. So I'm not. That ain't me. I'm not made. I'm not profiting from whatever they're doing. So I'm speaking in code, and they used to get pissed off about this or that, and I just say, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I was the 2 tickets to the game, or whatever. What was the score of this or that?" You just speak, and they would know, but they would get pissed off about it. Well, then I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. They just get pissed off. But whoever I had communication with, and if it was on the phone, because I'm not a phone guy, but I try to speak in code. But the one guy, he was slick. He used to write stuff down and burn it. You go to the racetrack, you get out on the pavement, and he's got a lighter, and he's burning. He's burning it all up, stomping it out. That's what I like. Oh, that's a little eccentric. No, it's not. 2 words is a conspiracy. 2 words, one little 10 words in dialogue be conspiracy. 10 words, dialogue, 2 people, conspiracy. Well, that's easy to get around. That's easy to get around. Why utter that stuff into the air? But they used to have a guy come in to the club and sweep. He would sweep the place for bugs. Yeah. Once a month. One time I asked the old man, how come that guy ain't been in here sweeping lately? He said, you're trying to tell me what do you mean, Joe? They didn't want it to be swept. I think it was just a show. It was a show because that place was mic'd up everywhere. I think it was a show. They lean on the boss. Well, listen, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. This is how we're gonna do it, Sam. Blah blah blah. We're gonna tap into a couple conversations and see who's bebopping around. So Sam better give the other guys a heads up or something to just say, cool it a little bit when we talk during the card games or social thing. Mum's the word. And when they're out cheating on their wives with these girls and they pick up these whores and these strippers, the FBI shakes them down. They'll tell everything. These gangsters are telling freaking bedroom secrets to these pigs. For what? To show off? Oh yeah, I'm in the mafia. Yeah. You're telling a two-bit pig, and then the mob or the FBI knows she's vulnerable, and then she's in cahoots with them. A lot of these guys, hey Joel Goat, a lot of these guys, so many women, well, ad- gambling, they start owing. They owe this family. They owe this family. Gambling gets them in big trouble. Gambling makes them rat. Uh, you know, uh, Girlfriends that they're cheating on their wives with. All this stuff that could be avoided, and they will not. Just human vulnerability. Human vulnerability. Ooh, a sexy lady over there. Boy, she's fine. Ooh, that stripper. This, and that. You know, the guy had to explain to his wife why he got his head sliced open because a stripper was doing a handstand to put her legs against the wall and her heel sliced his forehead right open. And he's got to go back home and explain how you got 75 stitches across because this stripper's heel was like a razor blade and it sliced him right up. And it's like, they're vulnerabilities, just like we have sinful nature. We might have sinful nature in us, and just like in regular society, they greed, lust, just like gangsters fall under the same stuff as just regular humans that are vulnerable to certain lusts, drugs, money, sexy women, and I'd say about 30% stay away from that. Hey, Cousine. So they fall short. And I used to ask the old man, he says they don't listen, Jojo. They don't listen. They don't listen for nothing. He's seen this for 40 years through Mafia life, New York City, Syracuse, Cleveland, Toronto. He's seen how many mafioso go down to these lusts. They don't get their check, their payroll check. They don't get their hustle money and do things right, set up a nice homestead. You can get money through. You could set up a shelter if you know the right accountants and lawyers, like the Jewish ones. You could have 100,000, and they could set you up, and it'll be clean. It'll be clean. It'll be clean, legitimate. And I say only maybe 20% of the mafia ever thought about a long-term future. Maybe they just knew their doomsday would be coming sooner or later. So they just enjoyed all these lusts, and their poor wives had to freaking go through hell. Their children had to go through hell. The children going to the prison to see daddy, the wife with the kids in tow and all that. So yeah, and around Christmas time, it's sad. But boy, the government during Christmas time, boy, it's like, nah, I think it's gonna be twice that this week, Mister Gangster. Yeah, they're not gonna get away cheap, and they're shaking down the wise guys. The government shaking down the wise guys. Ain't that beautiful? The government shaking down. And this Western New York is the epicenter. Niagara Falls, the epicenter. And it goes on to this day that they can't balance a budget. You got the seventh wonder of the world, or Niagara Falls. All these tourists coming in. Well, where's the money? Where's the money? The road should be paved with gold. Now you got the casinos up there. How come there's not a New York State casino in Niagara Falls? It's the Indians. It's the Seneca Nation. How did the Seneca Nation get in first over a New York State casino in Niagara Falls? Why would you let the Indians make all the money? They're worse. You got people like Chuck Schumer, and you got all these corrupted scums. It's like Mike Francis said, they're worse than the mafia. They're worse. They're worse. So, Kujin, good to see you. Joel Gold, Michael K. NYC Crime Spot. I miss New York City. Check out his channel, Mike Memorial, Mr. Anderson. I want to put something here, but I tell you, I know the mob. They're big boys, and they know what they're, and Silver Wealth. I know they know what they're getting into, and they're big boys. But holy cow, the sad fallout, the collateral damage. And the wives enjoy it. Yes, the wives enjoy the furs and the trip. They're rocking and rolling. The wives enjoy it while it's going on. Everything's great until it's not. And then you've been living on this high life for so long, then boom. You don't know who's going to pay, how you're going to pay your bills. And I give Sam credit because I seen him hand a lot of people a lot of money. Or he'd say, go to this place here and give this lady whatever. I didn't ask any questions. It could have been a family member. It could just be a gift or something. But I would just not that. Oh, yeah. I'm Joe from the club. Sam said here. Oh, thank you. That's it. I don't know anything else. But he had a heart. He did it. He must have been a rough customer coming up. I've seen that. I've seen the evil side of him before, but he did have a heart. He knew that they would be struggling. Pay their mortgage off for a year. Pay their rent off for a year. Get all the kids to school clothes. Make sure he because he had some buddies that might have been in prison that didn't rat. They didn't rat. So if you're the boss, well, he's loyal to you. Well, you take care of their family. That's assumed. That's assumed. The guy giving up his family for the boss. Well, you better take care of the family, because the next time the FBI comes knocking on your jail cell, they're going to say, let's talk. And that happened. You don't take care of the guy's family when he's in prison. The FBI, they come once a month, twice a month. And some guys just refuse, but some of them say, yeah, how about we have a secret meeting? And then they arrange it so the other inmates can't see you walking with the suit, the FBI, so they don't see you walking. And they know, wow, look, he's getting ready to go rat. They do it secretive. Yeah, so I hope everybody's enjoying the holidays. We're alive. We're well. All the possibilities are open. So that's good. I'm able to get subscribers again. NYC Crime Spot, my channel's been frozen forever. I haven't had the ability to get one subscriber in 18 months? Because I was censored when I talked about whatever. And but this new FCC commissioner says any social media that starts censoring, they're going to have to answer to the FCC. So maybe the environment is changing, and I could start getting some subscribers again, hopefully. So yeah, freedom of speech. Why does a social media platform just like that Zuckerberg on Facebook, what did he do? He went down to meet Trump. Why? Because Trump got barred off of Facebook. Yeah. And then they're putting all this slanted gibberish during election campaigns, and they're putting all this 99% negative lies against a candidate like they did Donald Trump. So the FCC, the new guy coming in, I believe, I can't remember his name. He ain't playing any games. You want a censorship? Well, I think Zuckerberg will probably get a $1 billion fine. That's why he's down there talking to Donald Trump. Yeah, the biggest scum that kicked standing on business. Zuckerberg kicked Donald Trump off of Facebook. Then he put all negative stuff on there, all negative. And if you said something good about Donald Trump, they would put you in jail. Facebook jail. Facebook jail. Oh, you said something bad about Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi, or you said something bad about a Democrat, and then you go into Facebook jail for 30 days. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, you're suppressing freedom of speech. And now Trump's in, and there's a new FCC commissioner out there. What's this weasel Zuckerberg do? He goes down, and Donald Trump was gracious enough to have a meeting with him. I hope Donald Trump said, well, by the way, little Zuckerberg, you're going to get fined $1 billion for censorship. Yeah. Standing on business with Eric Foss. Then he admitted it. He didn't do it this time. He's a clown. What the hell gives, Mr. Foss? Are you cracking jokes? How the hell? This Zuckerberg, do they just live in fairy tale land? You stuck it in the guy's ass for how long? And then, he's coming back, and now you're down there smoozing with him because you're going to get fined. Everything else. You got legacy media. CNN is done. ABC's done. The View is done. You got all this legacy media that's just a whisper, a shitbox whisper that nobody. They're done, and they're still crying. They're all crying, and they know it's over. They had it their way, carte blanche, and now you got to abide by the regular rules. They dumped their stations. People go to social media to get their information, just like they weren't watching CNN during the political presidency, during the president race. People were just going on there. They were going to social media channels. CNN and The View, they're done. So, I mean, the environment is changing. So people get information from other outlets. So all the social media channels, like on YouTube, they're putting it out there. 1 million subscribers. These social media channels got more viewership than CNN, ABC, CBS, and NBC put together. The Three Stooges ratings were beating these CNN and The View. Cartoons, Foghorn Leghorn, they were beating them out. And they want to pay these clowns these big salaries. You know, Anderson Cooper, Jake Tapper, Joy Reid, Whoopi Goldberg. They're gone. How many times does Whoopi Goldberg have to read a disclaimer after a show? All they do is lie, malicious lies. And every show after The View, they got to get up there and read a disclaimer. Who wants to do it this time? Well, you do it, Whoopi. No, I did it last time. You do it, Joy. I did it last. You do it, that Sonny Houston, whatever she is. Yeah, they're all up there eating crow. Well, the express written things that we have expressed may be false. Yeah. And they still do it. Even on YouTube, if you mention Trump positive, your views go down. I think they take you out of the algorithm or something. Well, Mr. Foss, they not only took me out of the algorithm, they took me. I'm not even the caboose. Now I gained 1 subscriber in 18 months. All of a sudden, I gained 1 subscriber. I've been frozen on 1223 for 19 months. All of a sudden, I seen +1. How'd I get a subscriber out of the blue? Why? Because the FCC's coming in, and YouTube. These fines are coming. These fines are coming. You could do whatever you want with me, YouTube. Whatever happens, happens. I trust in God. But keep your censorship up and all that. It's social media. It's not you're not there to censor political stuff. That's why X. You can say whatever you want on X. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. That's an open platform. But Facebook, Zuckerberg scum, and this YouTube with these Chinese, they want to say, oh, he said this, he said that. Stay out of our business. It's freedom of speech. I gained +1 subscriber. I gained +1 subscriber. In what, 2 years? I would have had 10,000 subscribers already, 20,000. Exponentially, the rate I was going, they shut me right off because I talk about somebody and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. So get ready for those billion-dollar fines. Zuckerberg, you got enough money. You go down there and try to smooth talk Donald Trump because you know what's going to happen. You know the train is coming. So they all know. Zuckerberg, that clown. Yeah. So what is shadow ban? I've seen you made a comment on my channel and you shadow ban. I really don't know what it means. It just means that for what we were talking about, it's just a different term to say you got no shot. You're not even in the algorithm. So when you scroll down and I don't exist, just my faithful people that come in here, my faithful handful, 5 or 10, my only handful, I'm not on the menu. I'm not on the menu. You know, you could be last on the menu and at least you're on the menu. I'm not on the menu. So that's what they've done to me. I still do my videos and try to rock and roll, but I've been peed off a lot of different times. But they censor freedom of speech. I'm from a military family that fought in wars for our rights. They were soldiers risking their life. They kicked me off of Facebook or YouTube. Well, whatever. I mean, I put a lot of videos, 600 videos into it, but that's a lot less than a guy risking their life. You know, that's why I stopped getting notifications for. Yeah, nobody gets notifications from me. I have to get to you when I'm scrolling. No, I don't. Yeah, they just eliminated it, Mr. Foss. They just eliminated it because they don't like what I said about this or that. And now instead of saying killed, you got to say unalived or somebody got deleted. No, they got killed or they were dead. Now you got to say unalived or SA'd for like, or if you say rape, you got to say graped. Oh, the girl got graped. No, she got raped. Oh, she got sexually assaulted. No, she got SA'd. You got to talk in this gibberish censorship stuff. I don't. Whatever they do, they do. I got grandparents and 4 generations of soldiers in my family that fought. This is little. They shut me down. My family risked their lives and elders died on the battlefield. What am I? Oh, Jojo, they shut your channel down. Well, my family shed blood on the battlefield. This is nothing compared to my military family. It's frustrating, but I'm going to keep pumping it out, whatever they do. But I gained 1 subscriber in 2 years. Thank you, YouTube. You're too good to me, YouTube. You should rot in hell. Censor that. You should rot in hell. Censor that, YouTube, okay? The moderator that always comes in. How about this? Rot in hell, all right? Do what you want. Do what you want. So thank you for your input, Standing on Business with Eric Foss. Thank you, you know. But I keep pumping. I don't give up. I don't give up, you know, even though it's frustrating. So, yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. Zuckerberg down there, that weasel. That weasel. I'm going on Facebook later. And the title's going to be F off Zuckerberg. Yeah, that's what I'm going on Facebook later on. And I'm going to insult and I'm going to swear and I'm going to do everything under the sun to Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook. That's how I do it. It's crazy because you don't bash people or anything like that. You actually have good topics. I try to do good stuff, but they're so woked out. They're all rainbow fags. They're all politically corrupt. They want censorship. They want socialism. They want Marxism in our country. And those are the beginning steps of fascism and Marxism and corruption. So they've tried everything under the sun to hypnotize the American people. And America said, no, we don't want it. We want Donald Trump. Enough of the bullshit. Enough of that bullshit. whatever you want to call that, whatever you want to call that. So I throw it out there. We're going to do more mob stories. We're going to do current events. We're going to just, if I got people come in here with their input, I want the people to be part of the show. That's what I do. At least I try to talk to people and everything, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe I could gain a little momentum. I don't know. It's like a guy that's been in prison for 2 years and they let him go out to the yard to get exercise for 1 day. That's me. So we'll get football will be starting in a couple hours, so we watch some games there. What was Kamala Harris drunk the other night? I gotta get my extension. Hang in there. I gotta plug this in. I need 5 more minutes. Hold on. Let me plug this in. Hang in there. Hang in there. I gotta find something out. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Was it just me? Or Ravens versus Eagles? I know. Maybe I'm not the surest tool in the toolbox. But was Kamala Harris jacked up or drunk the other night? What was she talking about? Was she on chemicals or alcohol? She's so pissed off that they tried to fix everything. They had all the media. They had, Eric, she was definitely drunk. What? She's peed off. Oh, maybe she's going to run for governor for California. Who cares what you do in that shitbox state of California with that Governor Newsom? California and New York State will be turning Republican in the near future. Even California's had enough of that Newsom, and we've had enough of this Dorothy Hochul, whatever the hell her name is, in New York State. These Democrats that are tanking. Francis, how you doing, honey? Kamala Harris is up there. We're gonna still fight and fight. You lost. You got beat down. Kamala, sorry. What do you mean you fight? Who's gonna fight? Obama, Kanja. Obama. They're laughing. Bezos and Soros and all the globus billionaires, they're laughing. They put tampon Tim Wells in there with Kamala Harris. Really? Why, they think they could have rigged something up and put all the negative media against Donald Trump? 99% of anything on media, legacy media, was negative. 99% of all media during the campaign was negative Donald Trump. He's a communist. He's a dictator. We're going to do this and that. How retarded. He already served 4 years as president and everything was fine. They're calling him Hitler and our country's over and Joy Reid and Anderson Cooper and all these idiots. Nobody's listening to these scums. They're robbing their paycheck. The View, they ain't going to get there. They're tanked. The View's tanked. Elon Musk might buy ABC. Elon Musk might buy whatever that mother Disney. Disney's woke like there's no tomorrow. Disney and Comcast, they used to be wholesome. The 100 Dalmatians, The Little Mermaid. Disney was a wholesome brand name. Disney's woke. It's a freak show. Everything was good. Thank you, Francis. Same to you. So they've all showed their ass. They're all tanked. Elon Musk, like, maybe I'll buy them. Because you could get that. You could get it for pennies on a dollar. Their ratings are so low, they can't pay these contracts to these co-hosts anymore of these shows. What do you think Anderson Cooper makes? What do you think this Jake Tapper makes? What do you think those dinosaurs that been making these big checks? They can't afford to pay them. They can't afford to pay those idiots anymore. They're not making enough ad revenue. The commercials that pay, there's no viewership. The viewership. You could charge big ads if there's millions of people watching, but how are you going to charge companies big money for ads if there's nobody watching? There's more people watching the Andy Griffith Show. There's more people watching the funnies, cartoons, than them guys. It don't cost any money to put the cartoons on, but look what they got to pay those hosts. They're done. The gravy train is over. And they're going to start moving more to the middle now. Yeah, when I see it, I got to see it to believe it. They're all eating crow. They tanked their network. Legacy media is done. People go to social media and YouTube, and they got a selection of different people that they could get their information from. We don't need CNN to be informed about anything. We don't need ABC and The View to tell us what's going on in the world. That knitting circle of psychos. Every show they're reading a disclaimer, a legal disclaimer. Every show. Well, you do it this time, Whoopi. No, I did it yesterday. Well, you do it this time, Sonny Houston. No, I did it 2 days ago. You do it this time, Joy Bear, whatever. Clowns. Eating crow. They just do an hour full of lies. And then every day they got to read the legal disclaimer because ABC and Disney and Comcast said they already had to pay that lawsuit, whatever they're going to pay that the lady, the bakery lady from Staten Island. They already got exposed on that, telling lies on that. So how many lawsuits do they want to face? Their networks are tanking. They got to pay these hosts big money. Pay fines, get lawsuits. They're done. They're done. They're done. So there's a shift from traditional legacy network media to other sources to be informed of what information, current events, politics, or whatever. Yeah. They ran it into the ground. They made millions of dollars in their salaries, and they can't afford it. Number one, they can't afford it. And number two, it's all retarded stuff. Oh, you have notifications turned on? Oh, all right. If it doesn't notify me, I have to luck out and then you just have to just catch me the right timing. Maybe they'll put the notifications. Maybe they'll put the notifications up there. Maybe. I don't know. They had me in this YouTube jail for 2 years. But we'll rock and roll. But it's good to see those network scumbags finally get what they deserve. Holy cow. How did those producers of The View that they read the disclaimers, why didn't they just cut them short of what they were saying? Or take it out? Legally speaking, then to be liable for malicious stuff where you could get sued for. Wow. Oh, Matt Gates did this. Matt Gates did this with some girls. Matthew Gates, the Florida guy, did this and all that. And they're yeah. They ramble on about that Matt Gates from Florida. And then all of a sudden, they're reading the freaking disclaimer. Frenciati. She's from the Great White North, Mr. Foss. So That's just that's poetic justice. Poetic justice. That let's raise our thinking up. Let's get reliable sources of information so we can, entertainment is entertainment. Entertainment is entertainment. You have a right, but you have to watch what you say. They've been doing it for so long. Every show they should have done a legal disclaimer. Every show The View should have had to do a legal disclaimer. They get away with that garbage, and my channel gets censored for 2 years while they're saying a million lies every damn episode. And I get censored for 2 years. And CNN lying out of their asses every time. They pick on little old me with a little YouTube channel. Really? They were afraid I would have had 100,000 subscribers by now. They were afraid because I was raising up exponentially. So they said, well, this truth serum, well, right here, yeah, he could potentially be a big channel, and we don't like what he's talking about. We don't like his political views. So let's nip this channel in the bud while we can. Let's stick it to this truth serum. We've done over 600 videos. 600. But it's good to see that there's a shift in momentum going in the right direction. Trump's putting a good cabinet in there. He's going to get this show on the road, and that's that. How do the sanctuary states and sanctuary cities, how does that scum mayor from Denver gets up there and says, oh no, you're not going to come into my town, and do what? Get rid of illegal criminals? He's saying in so many words, I want the illegal criminals here, and Donald Trump's not going to deport them. I want them to come in here and rape women and kill people and bring fentanyl in. And that's what these sanctuary states and cities are saying to the people. I want criminals in their Democrat states. I want them to be protected. Well, you know what Holman said? The new guy in town, the immigration guy, he's coming in. He said, you do what you want. You do what you want. All you sanctuary states and cities, do what you want. We're coming. We're coming. And that's federal mandated stuff. That's obstruction of justice ×3. That's treason. It's harboring fugitives. Well, go ahead, Mr. Mayor. Let's see how much you protect the illegals when Holman comes in to deport these criminals, because you'll be going to federal prison for a long time. So they're all talking smack. No, we're going to resist the deportation. They get up there and say, we're going to resist the deportation. We'll see. We'll see. Day one, Donald Trump starts deporting. So we'll see Denver mayor and these other mayors and governors. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how true. You're talking all that smack right now. You're talking that smack before Trump gets in and Holman gets in. We'll see. Because you'll be getting your toothbrush and underwear and you'll be going to prison. So go ahead, them clowns in Chicago and Indiana, whatever, they sanctuary and all that. Go right ahead. I hope you resist. I hope you resist the deportation. I hope they resist. We'll see what they're talking about when Trump gets in there. How do you oppose undocumented people coming into the country? Jimbo, you're starting your channel, but you're staying away from politics and the usual conversations about certain Italian-American organizations, just covering boxing and MMA to keep it safe. That's a good topic. That's a good topic. Keep it. What you learned from me? Well, I see what happened to that truth serum. Um, the do's and don'ts of YouTube. Don't talk politics and you learned. What about when John Jones did the Trump dance and they all went nuts? CNN and ABC and The View, they all went nuts because John Jones did the Trump dance and it's spreading across the world. Yeah. He did the Trump dance and he gave Elon Musk and Donald Trump a high five with his hand, and boy, it was viral. And he was doing the Donald Trump and the Democrats and The View and CNN. Give them all a vomit bag. Give them a vomit bag. They're all throwing up. Then they tried it. The NFL, the woke, queered out NFL, trying to tell the players, "Oh, you can't do the dance anymore." They're trying to tell the soccer players in England and Ireland and all that, you can't do the Trump dance. They're like, we'll do whatever the hell we want. We'll do whatever we want. There won't be any soccer games. You got 100,000 crazy. That soccer's really big. Soccer's huge in these countries. We won't show up. Go ahead. We'll shut down soccer, international soccer. Go ahead. It's huge soccer. Oh, you can't do the because these globalists are all over, not just in America. Bezos, Soros, and all that, and Bill Gates and all them. They're trying to run this game all over the world. This woke craziness, the censorship, and everything else. Yeah. John Jones. There he said here. And then they try to tell John Jones, because they saw Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Kid Rock, whoever, they were right close. They were trying to tell Jones, don't engage. They knew he was going to knock the guy out. And during the celebration, they didn't want John Jones to engage anybody on that row, which consisted of Elon Musk, his crew, Kid Rock, whoever's there, Donald Trump, and he gave him some dap. He reached over, gave him some dap, and did the Trump. John Jones said, "Get lost. I do what I want. He censored me, and he stuck it in. And he did the Trump dance. Here. Kamala Harris had to watch it. Sorry. Joe Biden had to watch it. Sorry. Chuck Schumer had to watch it. Sorry. Nancy Pelosi had to watch it. They were puking. Oh, honey, I don't feel good. Oh, God, they're doing the Trump dance all over the place. Oh, God, we're done. Well, you had a 50-year run, you corrupted dinosaurs. Time to get out. Get out. That was priceless, Jimbo Slice. That was priceless. That was priceless. Elon Musk has X, and they don't like it. It's freedom of speech. How are you against freedom of speech? Joy Reid, her name's Joy. There's nothing joyous about Joy Reid, that bald-headed freak on CNN. She gets up there. You can't make this shit up. I got a real creative imagination, but Joy Reid, the kingpin scum over there, African bald-headed racist that she is, the race bait, the race card. She's so racist against everybody. It's pitiful. Donald Trump won the election. And Elon Musk and X is growing. So she had a channel on X. Joy Reid had a channel on X. The guy she hates, right? 3 million followers, whatever. 3 million followers. She said, I'm closing down the channel in protest to the election. Who cares? Take you and your followers and go wherever the hell you're going to go. Then, a half hour later, she comes back. Oh, why should I take my channel off? She comes back a half hour later. Why should I take my channel off of X and blah, 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 this and that? Well, you know what happened? All her followers didn't refollow her again. All of her followers were just drifting in the wind. They probably had enough of her anyways, and she didn't get that many followers back. So she thought she was cute, like Ellen DeGeneres is going to leave America because Donald Trump got elected. Well, get going. You could go hook up with Madonna if you want. Like, I'm leaving the country because, well, who cares? Who cares? Leave. Get out of here. So Joy Reid tried to pull that little silly game, and she lost 2 million followers in a half an hour. Nobody cares about you, Joy Reid. You're a joke. You're a complete joke, propaganda media puppet. It's over for you. The big salaries are gone. You're the ringleader of that. You think those officials at CNN, even though they're corrupt and everything, globalist, they're like, we don't need her. Yeah. Francis, ditch the bitch. Most people that train and learn conservatives. Zuckerberg has been training in BJJ's coach have been good influence on. He went from super liberal. Yeah. Ivan Lore, Alex Jones getting some airtime on MSNBC. So ironic. Well, Alex Jones is the historical conspiracy theorist, all these things. And I tell you, a lot of that was right. People were like, oh, this Alex Jones is just really out there. But to accept him, they're all scattering. They don't know what to do. They've been living in fairy tale land and that legacy media. They've just been la land for so long. They're so far removed from what is just normal. They can't perceive or comprehend what just normal is. Their brains have been so indoctrinized with all that gibberish. They sit up there, they talk all this crazy stuff. It's like a sitcom. It's paramount to a sitcom. If you need a good laugh, just watch CNN and The View. If you need a good laugh, that's all it is. They're irrelevant jokesters. So, yeah, that was great when John Jones did that. And they're like, well, you don't do this. Yeah, you don't. They try to tell the NFL guys, quit doing the Trump dance. Quit doing the Trump dance. What is it the NFL's business? These players score touchdowns. They do all kinds of crazy dances all day long. Some of you folks watch the NFL. You see the end zone celebration. They do all kinds of intricate dances and performances when they score. Well, just don't do the Donald Trump dance. Really? I think the guy from Houston, he did it when he did score a touchdown. They try to politicize sports, when woke and all that stuff was, end racism in the end zone. It says end racism, all this political garbage that's going in the, oh, we don't have a chance. Well, the NFL is freaking 80% black, and the NFL made them all millionaires. What are they crying about? They all got $100 million contracts. What are they crying about? And racism. Well, geez, and racism. There's only 22% whites in the NFL. Oh, I want more whites in the NFL. And racism, NFL. And racism. Well, the argument to that is, true, sir. Well, you get there on your merits. You get there on your performance. So there could be 100% blacks in the NFL. It doesn't mean that the NFL is racist against whites. Everything is it's a meritocracy. But when the shoe's on the other foot, and then the other side is racist. This shit has just got out of hand. I said something about a guy that's of color, so I'm racism. No, I just said something about a person that's an a-hole. But no, that must be because I'm racist. That's why I said something negative against somebody of color. He can't just be a nitwit, and I could call out a nitwit, but, because I call out a nitwit, I'm racist. This race bait, gender bait, it's all done. It's all done. That's why the biggest YouTube channels were blacks. Devory Darkins, great mind. Watch him. Devory Darkins. He's a good ex-military. He looks like he's black. LFR family, they're black. The blacks don't like that race bait. What did Obama say? All the black men are stupid. Obama, that smart ass. He come out and said, all the black men are stupid. Really? Well, they happen to have huge social media channels on YouTube with millions and millions and millions of subscribers that didn't fall for it. LFR family, the Cartier family, smart dudes, Cartier family, all black. Devory Darkins, all black. The Knight, the Officer Tatum, all these smart dudes. Yeah, geez, I guess a black man is capable of being intelligent. I mean, this is all crazy. So they got on their channels and presented facts, and nobody was watching CNN or The View and all that gibberish. They were getting their stuff off of social media. And that's why they don't want censorship on social media like they did in this last election. They kicked Donald Trump off of the platforms. Elon Musk said, I'm going to do my own social media. You can say whatever you want. So it's over for all of that. It's all over for all that stuff. Rainbow woke and all this, and Walmart wants to support gay parade, rainbow parades. Walmart had to change their tune. They had to change their tune because they're only catering to 0.5% of their consumers to be rainbow queered out weirdos. So why would a Walmart cater to such a minuscule percent of their consumers and disenfranchise 99.9% of their other customers? They're so rich they can afford to do that. Well, then they came back and made a statement because Walmart can fade out just like anybody else. Nothing is forever. Well, they're all over the place, blah, 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 this and that. There's commerce, there's free trade, there's other stores that can build up, discount stores. There's other stores that can rise up, like Walmart came on, McDonald's came up, but there's other things. Walmart can fade away and something else could come in place. But they're backpedaling now because the gig is up on all that rainbow crazy and Walmart's having the transgender woke thing and that. Well, we don't need to. Don't put that on your thing. Just do it. Do it on the side. If I had children, I wouldn't want my children saying, Daddy, what's that all about? Your children are watching that. I want my children asking about this rainbow woke transgender queerdom and all this and that. So they're backpedaling now on their statements. Why? Because their profits went down in that last quarter. Why? Or whatever. So it's like a total ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. Boom. This industry or this organization, boom, like the Jaguar commercial. How whacked out was the Jaguar commercial? What that freak, rainbow freak, whatever that was, that Jaguar commercial? What happened? Their sales dropped 70%. That rainbow commercial they put on there. Jaguar. They deliberately want to just tank their product, like Bud Light and other. They just want to tank their product behind and lose all their consumers because they want 0.5% of the freaks to buy their product. Half of those freaks can't afford a Jaguar, anyways. So why would they completely miss their target market? Why? Why would they miss their target market so on purpose where that's not your target market? You're not going to get any sales off of that commercial. They can go up there and waste money if they want. They can go up there and waste money. Put any commercial you want up there. It's all little children, and then Tampon Tim Wells and Kamala Harris trying to put all that transgender stuff in schools. In schools. Mommy, my school teacher told me I could be a girl tomorrow. Mommy, my school teacher said I could be a boy tomorrow. And in California, if you don't go along with it, they'll take your child out of the home. Kamala country, Governor Newsom country, California. Fagged out, woked out, rainbow perverts, putting it into the elementary schools. This is the United States of America. And if the parents don't go along with it, it's child abuse. Because you don't want your child to be influenced by these school teachers, those liberal, whacked out school teachers that are just bonkers. They've been indoctrinized forever. They're they drive the Subarus, I think their biggest buyer, they buy their Subarus. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Yeah. They're toast. And they don't see anything wrong in telling a 7-year-old boy, well, listen, they'll arrest the parents to protect their kid from freaking fagdom instead of going after the school system. Oh, the new guy for the Department of Education, Trump's cabinet, or lady? I think it's the lady. It's the guy's wife. The wrestler guy. Remember the guy that had started the wrestling and all that? I think it's his wife that's coming in with the department, cleaning up all the Department of Education. Well, listen, all you Democrat schools, you're not going to get any federal funding. All right? There's going to be no federal funding. So do what you want. Turn little boys into little girls. Turn little girls into little boys. Do what you want. There won't be any federal funding. You're on your own. And a lot of people took their children out of those schools and went to private schools if they could afford it. So there's nothing left. There's nothing left to that. There's a carcass left for them. So that gig is up. Governor Newsom, Donald Trump couldn't want it any better than to cut off all federal aid to your school systems. There's nothing more that Donald Trump would like better to say, you're getting $0 federal aid. Now go bankrupt your state even more to see how you'll never balance a budget till the end of time. They promote this. How do they make it to get elected to be a governor? Like the governors in New York State have been the worst since I was a little kid. But sooner than later, California will have a Republican governor. Because the tides changed. The numbers of the last election was, wow, there was a red wave in California, and there's a red wave coming in New York. So Hochul, that witch, and Newsom, that's it. People have finally had enough of these corrupted governor or politicians. They were corrupt enough before, and then you threw in all that rainbow stuff on top of it. Then they wonder why it was a landslide election, huh? An opportunity economy, and I'm from the middle class family, and I'm looking for possibilities and the end of the rainbow and an opportunity economy. Yeah, it's over. Kamala's up there, look drunk, and she's saying, we can't stop fighting. Well, what do you mean fight? You're gone. What do you mean? Was she on crack? What was she, drunk? What is she doing up there? And we're going to fight. And we're going to fight. Well, Governor Newsom ain't going to get elected again. Go become governor of California, Kamala Harris, and tank that even worse than you want. Let everybody out of prison in California when you get there. When you get there, just let everybody out of prison. Okay? Her cutie pie moves when she was the attorney general, the DA over there. Yeah, her cutie pie moves. California. You could be governor over there, Kamala. We're not going to stop fighting. What the hell are you talking about? You're done. Go back to Hawaii. Go get whatever. Where's all that election money, they're wondering? All those movie stars, they're sick. They donated all that money. They got conned. They got conned so hard. And what were the Democrats and legacy media saying? It's such a tight race. The polls are tight. Keep sending in that money. Keep donating to Kamala. Keep sending. The polls are tight. Keep going. Oh, Robert De Niro, write a check. George Clooney, write a check. All these entertainers, they're all writing checks. They got conned. They got beat at their own game. They run a con game. They got beat at their own con game. Kamala Harris. You wonder why I say they're as bad as the Mafia? Yeah. You wonder why? That was priceless. Well, leave the country, Ellen Degenerate. Ellen Degenerate. Leave the country. Who cares? George Clooney, leave the country. Who cares? Leave. You don't even make good movies anymore anyways. They're all whacked out movies. They don't make movies like they did before. They're all whacked out. You want a good movie? Here, my book I wrote. Here. There's a good movie. I can write. Better than all of that. They're all pissed off. Now they're wondering, where's all the money? Come on, take the money and run. Woo! They got beat at their own con game. Robert De Niro's crying. Jimmy Fallon cried on his show. What are we going to do? Jimmy Fallon's crying. Oh, gosh. He's got 8 viewers. All their shows are tanked. He's crying. Wow. They're crying. Who's the other guy that used to do the Man Show? Who's the other guy late night that's got that show? That scum. Who's that other guy? He used to have something called The Man Show years ago. The Man Show. And he turned into an ABC late night hack. Jimmy Kimmel. Crying. Are you cracking jokes? How whacked out are these people? Got up there. Well, he knows nobody's watching his show anyways. He was crying. Weren't you on the Man Show when you had a pair of nuts a million years ago? Donald Trump got elected. What are we going to do? The people have these YouTube channels that were all for Kamala, and they're laying in bed. They can't get out of bed. What are we going to do? The Orange Man won. All the rainbow woked out wimps and weirdos, they're all laying in bed, depressed. What are we to do? Oh, dear. Wow. He used to make girls jump on trampolines and bikinis. There you go, Jimbo. He becomes Mr. Woke and Mr. Feminist. Break it down, Mr. Jimbo Slice. Yeah, the Man Show. Remember they were jumping on the trampoline? And he had his sidekick, Adam Carolla. Wasn't that Adam Carolla? Yeah. And they're rocking it. The Man Show. Donald Trump got elected. Somebody get me a tissue. Wow. They all became irrelevant. Well, those shows have been tanking. Those shows have been tanking and tanking. They can't even write good jokes. If you need a writer, I could write comedy. I can also write comedy. So if you need writers out there, I can make you look a little halfway decent. To just would some kid come in with purple hair and say, "Yeah, you can write my monologue." Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Some little Pee Wee Herman came in with purple hair. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel hires him. Yeah, you write my jokes for me. You're not even funny. Who's the Johnny Carson? They had writers. They told jokes. The audience is laughing. Johnny Carson. They get up there, weirdoed out. Nobody's watching the movies. They got the actors as guests. They're just preaching to the choir. They're all in their little sixth circle, and it's tanking. There's no real movie stars out today. Everything don't even go to the movie theater. It goes to Netflix or something else. They're all whacked out. They can't write. They can't write nothing. They can't write for. I could write any kind. I could write mob stories. I could write comedy. I could write mystery stories. They have no creativity. Like they're all DEI hires. They're all DEI hires. Well, just hire all the weirdos, no talent weirdos. Yeah. Sit at your desk, twiddle your thumbs, and get your paycheck. Then you wonder why they're paying all these payrolls on this legacy media, and they're all bankrupt. Yeah, they deserve what they get. Yeah. He used to make girls jump. Oh yeah. People don't need that. They think everybody traditionally just tunes in. Well, those days are over. It's 2024. There's a shift in news, where you get your news. There's a shift in where you get your entertainment. There's a shift. Then legacy, propaganda, bullshit. You could only do the magic tricks for so long. Look, folks, nothing up my sleeves, nothing in my hands. Boom, boom, boom. How long do you expect? I wrote a paper in 1981 called The Dumbing Down of America. And it came to fruition this last year of what they tried to do. But it got defeated. Trump got elected. I waited 40 years because I knew Marxism and socialism would creep in our political apparatus. I knew it was going to creep in systematically over the decades. It came into fruition 2024 when you got a Marxist, Tampon Tim, and Kamala Harris, the two worst people on planet Earth. They didn't get elected in there. There wasn't even a primary. So they had their at bat. And America said, get lost. Take your freak show somewhere else. I'm from the middle class family, and I'm an opportunity. God. She's up there the other night. She looked like she was on Quaaludes. I'm not going to stop fighting. What are you fighting for? You're done. Go home. You never did any work anyways. You never did any work. You were the border czar. Kamala, you're the border czar. What are you in Hawaii for? What? What are you fighting for? We saw what happened with Castro. Yep. They tanked everything. Entertainment, news. That's why censorship has to be addressed. And that's why little old piss pop Zuckerberg is down in Mar-a-Lago sucking up to Donald Trump, because you should level $1 billion fine on Facebook. Donald Trump, he kicked you off of Facebook. You're the president. Kicked you off of Facebook. Sitting president. Fine him $1 billion while he's up there kissing up to you, Donald Trump, because there's no more. Do it one more time, Zuckerberg. Do it one more time. I'm going to do a Facebook video later And I'm going to swear against Mark Zuckerberg. I'm going to MF him. I'm going to whatever. There's a class action suit for censorship. Put me at the top of the list, Donald Trump. Put me at the top of the list. If people want to watch my show, they can watch it. If they don't like what I'm saying, they don't have to watch. No matter who or what I'm talking about. This is America. So Zuckerberg, that weasel that he is, he's over there visiting Donald Trump because he knows the train is coming. He's the same guy that he kicked Donald Trump off the platform. Fine him $1 billion. Fine him $1 billion. All that bull crap. Why would they be against X? It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. You could go on there. You could swear. You could say, you could whatever you want. Whoever wants to follow you can follow you. Well, that seems fair enough. I got YouTube telling me what I could say or what I can't say. Really? Really? I got Facebook telling me what I could say and not say. Really? Censorship. Because the new boss coming in for the FCC, I just watched him 2 hours ago. He's not playing. The FCC, they're not playing any games. Get your checkbook out, Zuckerberg. The FCC can eliminate Facebook. FCC can eliminate them until further investigation. You know that? Like that little routine that they usually play? Well, until further investigation, we're shutting you down. We'll get around to it when we want to get around to it, Zuckerberg. In the meantime, get your checkbook out. Trying to control the information that it's feeding all the people all around the world, Facebook, censorship, trying to indoctrinate your mind, trying to pollute your mind and hypnotize you with all that bull crap. All that bull crap. 99.9% against Donald Trump or any other Republicans or political people. All 99.9. And if you offset that, you get barred. Really? Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that flies. Day one. Donald Trump's got a list, and he's checking it twice, just like old Santa Claus. He's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Donald Trump is coming to town. He knows when you've been censoring. Oh, yeah. Old St. Donald is coming to town. And he ain't pulling any punches. They use lawfare. Letitia James and Alvin Bragg, you little cutie pies down in New York City. Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. One of their brother-in-law got robbed by an illegal immigrant. Yeah, okay. Sanctuary state. Okay. They kicked all the veterans out, put them in the streets, and they put the illegal immigrants in. Yeah, New York City. Veterans fought in war, kicked them all out of the shelters, and put all the immigrants there. Okay, Letitia James and Dorothy Hochul and all you Democrat scum. Okay. Yeah. Obama had one of the guys in a high-level position in government. He took a lower pay scale to go down and oversee those Democrat district attorneys so they can put all those charges on Donald Trump. Obama, of course, he's the puppet master. Well, he answers to the other globalists. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Listen, you got that $2 million job. Go take a $1 million 80% pay decrease and go down there and put this lawfare against Donald Trump. Who's behind that? Hillary Clinton, Obama, and everything else. The guy takes a lower job to oversee the New York City Attorney General, District Attorney's Office to run all this lawfare against Donald Trump. Obstruction. Wait till they get hauled into jail, because there's nothing better than Donald Trump wants to see Letitia James and Alvin Bragg and the rest of those scums in New York City. They're going to go down. Keep your eyes and ears open, folks, because this is going to be good. Donald Trump, he's trying to be diplomatic. No, I'm not going to seek revenge or anything like that. I got to get the country back on track and blah, 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 blah. But when he's off camera, he's got the list. Well, who's this one? Oh, yeah, I remember what this one did to me. They've been attacking him since 2016. 2016. All this lawfare. He's checking that list like Santa Claus. Who do we got here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, hello, Bill. What do you got on this one? Well, we got this, we got that. Yeah. Well, January, the day after, start putting together these indictments and charges against these people. Watch. They're shaking in their boots now. All the other stuff got dismissed. The 47's dismissed. Bye. And you can't revisit it after Donald Trump. He's got immunity. You can't pick those charges up after his 4 years. Bye. Yeah. So they can't try that little cutie pie game. It's going to be interesting, my good people. We're almost at 2 hours. I thank you for hanging in there, Francis, with me. One of the Rockefellers passed on. Wow. Where's their grave? I want to piss on it. Okay. Show me where he's buried, because I want to piss on it. Forgive me, God. Forgive me. So that's it. Jimbo Slice, the beautiful Frances Franciotti, the goddess that she is. Jimbo Slice, Ivan Lore, Philly Bob. Thank you, folks, for hanging out with me. Maybe I could start getting Joel Gold. Maybe I could start getting subscribers again. I don't know. Standing on Business with Eric Foss. Thank you for all your input. Keep me in action. Wyatt Earp, Michael Mormio, Silver Wealth Draper Mint. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Mr. Anderson, thank you, folks. Good to see you again, NYC Crime Spot. Happy holidays and everything. So that's it. Fertilizer. All right. I'll take 6 of you over 1,000. All right. I'll take 6 of my people over 1,000. That's how we roll here. So that's that. Stay safe. Holidays. There's a time of year where depression sets in. I miss my relatives. My friends have passed. I miss them. Depression can set in. There's somebody missing at the table. It's tough. It's tough. Don't go to drugs. Don't go to alcohol. Stay strong. You'll see them again. Don't worry about it. You'll see them. Don't worry. You'll see them. Okay? So don't get caught up in it. And, you might not have a lot of money to buy gifts and all this. Well, they should understand that. If people are truly loving and everything, they'll understand that, Christmas might look a little different. It might not be, all freaking gifts and presents. Christmas should be, let's think about things, think about our lives, think about how we can rise up, and just don't say Christmas and it's all merchandise and everything like that, So, and cherish them. A lot of times it's the only time people get together. My family, we talk, and we stay in communication. So it could be, tough times, but you got to stay strong. That's all. Thank you, Francis. Go shop till you drop now. Credit card debt on Americans is just ballooned out of it. Well, because everybody's broke because of Biden and Kamala Harris. Everybody's broke, inflation and everything else. What do? They use their credit cards. They maxed out their credit cards. It's terrible. But there's pressure during the holidays. You got to do this. You got to do that. Well, just keep it together. Don't get so nervous that you start drinking or doing drugs and all that, because that ain't the answer. It ain't gonna make things any easier. You know, face the things that are happening. Communicate to the people. Sally, things are a little rough. I might not be able. Maybe you're just gonna get a card this year. Well, that's all right. If they're really true loving, they'll say, that's all right. We understand, because you ain't getting shit from me anyway. So, okay, that's a deal. Don't count on anything from me either. We're all going through rough times. So that's all right. Let's just be loving, get back to the basics, and rise up, rise each other up. Somebody struggle, rising them up. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. Words could mean life or death. In the beginning, there was the word, like in the Bible. So that's it, folks. The link to the book is in the description. The link into the book, Cash App, Super, whatever. All donations will be greatly accepted. But if not, just hit the like button, share. Maybe I could get another subscriber in 2 years. We'll figure it out some way or another. So let's have fun. We're alive. Whatever, we still have a chance. Okay? The bottom line is we're alive. Troubling things we got to address. Be rational and don't carry all that garbage around. People just carry garbage on their spirit for so long. They're weighted down with just, snap out of it. You're alive. You're alive today. You can change things up. You can have a different future that you're pursuing. So how many people didn't make it yesterday? So we got it good. No matter how you think your life is right now, it's better than you think. Your life is a lot better than you might perceive it to be, because you're alive and you got a chance. So let's don't get too off the path, because you still got a shot. A lot of people got injured or killed or anything like that. We still got a shot. That's why I've been censored and everything like that. And I could have just gave up on the channel. I've done 600 videos, but I got a shot. And I ain't going to stop fighting. Just when I was on life support for a year in a coma, I'm not going to stop fighting. They could do whatever they want. As long as I could throw a little punch, I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it till I'm on the ground. So we got to keep our heads together. We got to keep our spirits up. You got loved ones. They know you love them, but tell them you love them. Yeah, they all know you love them, but utter it. Utter it. Your husband knows you love him, but he likes to hear it. Your wife knows you love her. They want to hear it. They want to hear it. Okay? I should be charging you guys for this stuff. Really. Just hit the like button. That's all. Will you like me, please? Please like me. All right. I got the good crew here. I got the good crew. That's why I kept doing so many videos, because I like to see you guys and talk and stuff like that. That's all right. That's all right. I've been down harder than that. So that's it. Be safe. Go with the flow. Be a little more aware if you can. If Christmas doesn't look like it did in the past, well, try to stay strong. Don't go to that bottle and drink. Don't go to those drugs. No, it's going to only make it worse. Yeah. I love you, honey. I love you. And that's all we can do. Life is short. Life is short. We can't take things for granted. Like, we can't. Life is short. Get it in good. Get it in good. And when you start being more aware and enlightened, and you want to try to be off of addiction and other crazy stuff, good things might start happening. Good things might start happening. But, you got to bring that positive energy onto yourself, or you're just a stick in the mud. You're not radiating anything. It's just, oh, geez, the only thing missing is a pine box. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. We got a chance, because all emotional maladaptive behaviors and emotional things that you might have during the year become multiplied during holiday season. They become exaggerated during holiday season. Gosh, I lost my best friend. I've lost so many people in the last year. Holy cow. Well, when you get older, you're starting to lose people. It sucks. But I don't want to go get a bottle or start doing some drugs. No. They wouldn't want me to do that because I was in grief. They wouldn't want me to do that. Why are you doing that? Geez. Don't do it. It happens during this season. So try to stay aware, And if you need help, ask somebody. Don't be macho man and all that kind of stuff. Macho man. Everybody has problems. Talk to somebody. That's all. That's all you talk to somebody, So that's that. I've said enough. Emotions are the keeper of information. So let's be aware. We can get depressed. There's a lot of stuff you could get depressed upon, but there's a lot of stuff you could be happy about too. Why do we want to focus on the dark clouds instead of focusing on the sun? Is that just human nature? No. We got it a lot better than we think. Some people are really down in the streets and struggling and things like that. Yes, I understand. So we're going to get there. Ride the train, all aboard. And I'm going to watch some football games and enjoy. And I'm going to thank God that I'm alive and I've been spared many times. I have these views and opinions because since I was 4 years old, I could have been dead. I've dodged death so many times. I realize the value of life. I don't take every day for granted. I don't. Because I'm supposed to be a vegetable right now. I defied medical science. Why do you think I'm nuts? I defied medical science. I'm supposed to be a vegetable brain dead if I get out of a coma. The spiritual world controls the physical world. The spiritual world controls the physical world. So the New England Journal of Medicine and all of them, they can't understand supernatural stuff like me. That I got a little of my mind back. I'm not a vegetable. So you heard it all here. You get it all here. Get it all. So that's that. We'll get back. I'm going to tell a mob story this week. I'm going to tell a real good mob story. We're going to just talk. This is like a talk show, current events, whatever. But yeah. So we're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock it out. We got a real big show. Introducing all the way from Europe, the Beatles. It's been a hard day's 4 years. So I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to watch some football. And I really appreciate you helping me out, Francis, Jimbo, Eric Foss, Ivan Lore, Philly Bob. This is my crew right here. I like real people. One thing I like is real. I like real. NYC Crime Spot, thank you for joining in. We had some rough spots, but that's what I like. That's what I like. That's a man. We MF'd each other. NYC Crime Spot. We MF'd each other. He come in good faith. That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. He come in good faith. That's what I like. That's what I like. That's being a man. That ain't no macho stuff there. Silver Wealth Draper Mint. I seen that. I was wondering, I wonder if he's going to talk some smack. No, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And then he threw in a joke. We know the joke about Mike Francis. That's money. That's the money. That's money right there. That's currency. That's what I like. That's what I get off on. Real stuff. Real stuff. So get back. Maybe I'll do a late night one tonight. I don't care. Maybe I'll do a late one night tonight. We'll just jump in right there, man. Yeah, maybe I could read a bedtime story. Let's see. Maybe. Once again, I had the usual anxiety, nervousness, and curiosities during the ride to Niagara Falls. As usual, the adventure and the money would quickly snuff out any thoughts or emotions that may be usually demonstrated by these situations. It must be understood that from that moment I woke up while driving to work, I would constantly make a conscious assessment of every single person I had dealt with. See, when you're dealing with these psychos and then you got to go back up, you got to go to the club, and then you're thinking, you got to be aware, like, I got to remember what I said to these guys beforehand or not. And, is he mad at me? Did I say this? Did I say that? So every time you're doing this mental checklist, like, and I'm getting ulcers and I'm thinking, oh, geez, oh, God, I hope he's not there. Did I say something? Whatever. Thank you, Francis. So that was, yeah. Let's see. What motivates a person to write a book? Some authors might just want to create a conventional, old-fashioned story that hopes to be entertaining. I'm guessing that the majority of writers out there are just trying to paint a canvas based on a wide-ranging interest and coloring them with captivating scenarios. To put it simply, that's what it's all about. It's probably safe to say that most people have a story to tell and like sharing it with their inner circle of family and friends. Everybody's got a story to tell. But what experiences are so far from traditional stories that they inspire a person to want to share them with a worldwide audience? Me. There are many books out there possessing many topics from A to Z. There are thousands of subject matters to match the infinite curiosities and interests of the world populace. All the subject matters and topics out there that are interesting to everybody around the world. I will attempt to share my experiences as eloquently as possible. Within those experiences, there are many spiritual occasions. Being dead for a couple hours is one of them, where the forces of good and evil show their face. Good and evil in the physical world and good and evil in the spiritual world. I not only want these stories to be entertaining to you, but I would hope they would somehow resonate within the inner depths of your mind, soul, and spirit. I would also hope they would initiate an open mind in non-judgmental and less critical way of your conformed past experiences. What I'm trying to say more or less is just don't be a closed-minded humanistic robot. One, like myself, in reflection, would have never guessed what a wild journey my life has been thus far. Bingo! A cup of coffee costs less than this book. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, boy. There's 4 movies in here. I better stop. You said stop? Yes, I better stop. You're right, Francis. You're right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. Stay strong. And remember, I used to say, the world is a vampire. It wants that blood. Fight back. Keep your spirit up, okay? So be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Don't give up. We got to keep fighting. Don't get depressed. All right, folks, there you have it. The sun just came out, and we're going to enjoy. We're going to enjoy. If people got something they want to get off their chest, this is an open forum. I'll entertain it as long as I get a cash donation. All right. I like to eat too. All right. Look, I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight over here. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. All right, folks. God bless y'all. And thanks for hanging out with me.